Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of BetCrush. Another very beautiful day, beautiful Sunday morning, and we are back with our predictions as usual. All right, we always take a look at football games going on across the globe, and we select a few of these ones that and predict the outcome using the recent result that they had at recent times. Okay, that's exactly what we do on a daily basis. And yesterday was actually a very good outing for us. We saw how we fared. We won most of the games yesterday. We saw the likes of Chelsea and the rest of them also, playing out just the way we expected it. And today we are hopefully going to have a very better situation, all right? And that also remember that we have our VIP membership in this very channel. We'll put out games that have that likelihood of coming out correctly, and we've been winning our games on that VIP in recent times. I do endeavor to join. You can always find a link to the VIP special group where we in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see a join channel membership around this very video. Okay, for a token here, okay, for a very small token. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we'll start with a very, very exciting game that we have here today in the English Premier League, where we have a Brighton and Hopes, who will be coming up against Manchester City. And we'll start with the recent games for these two sides. The home side, Brighton and Hopes, in the last 6 matches have won 3 games and 2 draws. They've lost once out of the last 6 matches, and Manchester City, on the other hand, have won 4 games out of the last 6, also losing 2 matches. And when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, you could see for the home side it is 5 victories and 4 draws out of the last 10 home matches that they had, and they also lost 1. Okay, but the away side, Manchester City, on the other hand, have actually won 6 matches and 2 draws, losing 2 matches in the last 10 away matches. All right, we could see the last 3 away games they had, saw them winning convincingly on all those 3 away matches that they had so far. The last away game was actually against Wolves. We saw Man City beating Wolves by 4-0, and Brighton and Hove had their last home match against Fulham, playing out a draw on that very occasion, a 1-1 draw. And on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met was actually a 2-2 draw. This happened in March of this very year, and even though we saw Brighton and Hove beating Man City from home, in the pre-fixture, we definitely expect the away side here, Manchester City, to do well and rise to the occasion. Despite the big odds, we are going with Manchester City to win against Brighton in this very one. We expect that we win. That's our verdict for that very game. All right, we had to the next game for today. It is in the Danish Super League where we have Randers and FC Copenhagen, and we could see for Randers in the last 6 matches, 2 wins and a draw, and also 3 losses in the last 6 games that they had. And FC Copenhagen, which side, having won 3 matches and 2 draws, have only lost 1 match out of the last 6 games that they have so far. And we look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective. You could see for the home side, Randers, out of the last 10 home matches, have won 4 matches and a draw. They've also lost 5 games in the last 10 home encounters. And for the away side, Copenhagen, they've been pretty solid from away, winning 7 games and drawing 3 out of the last 10 away matches. They've not lost a single match in the last 10 away games that they had. That tells you how strong this side have been, FC Copenhagen. Okay, and when you look at how they fared on a head-to-head basis, the last time they met, it was Copenhagen who won against Randers by 4-0 from away on that very occasion. We also saw Copenhagen defeating this very side prior to that very fixture in March of this very year, beating Randers by 1-0, and also we saw them beating Randers again from away by 2-1. So that's to say the last 3 fixtures have always seen Copenhagen winning against Randers. We definitely expect to see Copenhagen to not lose in this very encounter. We are going with the away side either to win or draw, and we're not going to see a lot of goals. So we expect away to win or draw and under 4.5 in this very one. That's our verdict, and we head to the next for today. It is in the Polish league. Polish First Division or Extra Klasa, that's what it's called, and we have Jagiellonia who will be up against Lechia Gdansk. Okay, when you take a look at recent games for these two sides, you could see that Białystok have actually won 4 matches in the last 6 games. They've also had 2 draws out of the last 6 matches, and Gdansk, on the other hand, the away side, have won just 1 game, had 2 draws, but have also lost 3 matches out of the last 6 encounters. So when you look at how the two teams fared from one away basis, at home side, Białystok have actually been able to achieve some victories, winning 5 matches and 2 draws. They've also lost 3 games in the last 10 home matches, and the away side, Gdansk have just 1 win and 2 draws, but have lost 7 games in the last 10 away matches. Okay, but again, when you look at the score line for the home side and the away side, you can see that the last 6 home matches for the home side have resulted to good amount of goals. Lots of goals, over 2.5, over 3.5 for most occasions, and for the away side, also they've had the same thing. The last 5 away matches that they had produced over 2.5. The last away game saw them losing to Lubin by 6 goals to 2 on that very occasion. That to say that lots of goals do occur in most of the matches. And here, even though the last meeting between the two sides was a 1-0 victory for Gdansk on that very occasion, we are expecting to see lots of goals to occur in this very one. We go with the 3 goals, a minimum of 3 goals to occur in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's what we're for that very one. Okay, and we head to the next. It is in the Hollander Eredivisie, where we have NAC Breda who will be facing AZ Alkmaar. Okay, for Breda, out of the last 6 matches, you could see they've won 3 games, have also lost 3. And AZ, on the other hand, have won 5 matches and also 1 draw in the last 10 and last 6 games that they have so far. And looking at how the two teams perform from home and away perspective, you could say that playing from home, the home side, and NAC Breda have had 3 wins as well as 5 draws. They've lost 2 matches out of the last 10 home games, and AZ, on the other hand, have done pretty well, winning 5 games and drawing 3, also losing 2 matches out of the last 10 away games. The last away game they had was against Levski Sofia, and they had a victory on that very occasion by 2 goals to 0. But on that head-to-head, last time they met was in April. Both sides had a draw on that very occasion, 1-1 draw, and prior to that we saw AZ beating this very side from away by 2 goals to 1. That happened in December of last year. And when we put all this together, we are going to expect the away side to do very well here. We are going with the AZ, the away side, to win out shortly in this very encounter. I will win. That's our verdict for that one. And the last for today is in Swedish second division called Superettan, where we have Umea, who will be coming up against Oddevold. And we know that Umea, out of the last 6 matches that they had 2 draws, 1 win, as well as 3 losses. And Oddevold, on the other hand, have won 3 games out of 6. They've also had 3 draws out of 6. Single match in the last 6 games that they have so far. Oddevold is their away side, okay? And when you look at how these two teams perform from one away basis, the home side, Umea, have only had 3 draws in the last 10 home matches. They've lost 7 games out of the last 10 home games. And Oddevold, on the other hand, have been very, very solid. They've actually won 6 games and drawn 4 out of the last 10 away games that they have so far. They've not lost a single match in the last 10 away matches. That's quite incredible for their away side. Oddevold, and on head-to-head basis, we only have 1 record here where they met each other, which was in March of this very year, and we saw Oddevold winning on that very occasion by 1 goal to 0 against Umea. And here we are going with Oddevold to either win or draw, and we are going to see under 4.5 in this very encounter. So away to win or draw and under 4.5. That's what we expect for that very game. Okay, and that brings predictions for you today on Betcraft to conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Remember to play responsibly, as these are football games. Sometimes may not always be what was expected. Sometimes other factors like red card and some other things tend to affect the games. Do play responsibly, and also remember that the other games that we have will be on our VIP special group. Do endeavor to join. You can always find the link in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel around this very video. Okay, that being said, remember to like and share. Remember to like and share. It's quite important to us. All right, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back, but until that time, keep winning.